Alright, hi guys, it's just going to be a quick one today. So I've just stayed up to watch the England football game that was on today. It was a quarter final and it was England versus Norway, and England ended up winning 2-1, which obviously is good, unless you're one of my mates who is half English, half Norwegian, in which case it was a bit of a bittersweet match. But anyway, yeah, so I say I stayed up to watch it. I wasn't like fully watching it. My dad was watching it and I was like, it was on, so I was just sort of half paying attention to it. But it got me thinking, right? This They said something about this being like the first time England made a World Cup semi-final since whenever, or like how many semi-finals they'd made or whatever. And yeah, obviously there were references to 1966 when England won their first and currently only World Cup, and that got me thinking because it's something I've like realized before, and I can't help but think about any time a World Cup is on or something, because there's a song that was released in 1996 by a band called the Lightning Seeds with I think it was Frank Skinner and David Baddiel as well, who were two comedians, but they were on the song. It was just like, it was sort of like a novelty song at the time. It was called Three Lions, and it's about it's a World Cup football song, and there's a line in there. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but there's a line in there that's 30 years of hurt, which I always thought was weird because it was released in 1996, right? And so obviously that's 30 years since England won the World Cup. But they're saying 30 years of hurt. That's since 1966. But England won the World Cup in 1966, so surely they wouldn't have had, the hurt wouldn't have started immediately, right? The hurt would only have started when they lost it in 1970, right? Because for the 4 years between 1966 and 1970, England were world champions. So why does 30 years of hurt? Why does that from 1996? Like, why does that extend all the way back to then? And obviously, this year, 2026, is 30 years since that song came out. So it's 60 years since England won the World Cup. And I hear people singing 60 years of hurt now because it fits in the thing. Like last last World Cup, it was 56 years of hurt, and that didn't quite have the same ring to it. But people like change the number every single year depending on like how long it's been since the World Cup or since the song was released. But like every single year they change it so that it's the exact number of years since the World Cup. So like this year, as nice as it is to like have like 60 years of hurt and that fits in the song, as nice as that is, it's not true. Like, because it's been 60 years since England won the World Cup, and you're telling me that immediately in 1966 everyone went back home and got depressed because we're not good at football. But that's not true, because we won the World Cup in that year. So I don't know why it's I, I'm not sure why the lyrics were crafted like that. I guess, like, I get that because it was for a 30th, like the 30-year anniversary of the thing, and they did a novelty song or whatever, and that it just like worked better. It just sounded better as a lyric. But the fact that like people keep changing it every single year. People change the words and sing like this year, like they're singing 60 years of hurt, but it's not. It's 56 years of hurt this year. It'll be 60 years of hurt next World Cup, provided that England don't win this year, which is certainly a distinct possibility. I'm not going to say England are favourites by any stretch of the imagination. To be honest, I've not been following most of the tournament, so I can't really comment on how good any of the other teams are or England's likelihood to win or anything like that. I just wanted to like have a quick ramble on about why the song, as fun and patriotic and all of that as it is, just like never quite made sense to me. Yeah, that's about it for today. See you tomorrow.